Every Tuesday, Laura Ingraham joins us from our nation's capital. Laura, would you like to weigh in on the Seth Rogen thing and Michael Moore?
Well, you know what's interesting is the second that people start responding to them, Moore or Rogan, it's like, no, I didn't say that. That's not really what I meant. Well, of course it's what they meant. I mean, I'd have more respect for them if they, tried to make a coherent argument about why snipers are actually bad. But look, Seth Rogen is, he's kind of a punk. I mean, I don't find any of these people either funny or fun to watch. I didn't like the interview movie. I'm not a fan of much of the stuff he does. I mean, I don't take any of these people seriously. And Michael Moore is probably just very jealous that American Sniper did so well and blew past all of his, tedious flicks. And, I think these guys should just get off social media for a while and learn either how to make a film that people want to really see in the 21st century or, learn how to produce or make a movie that people want to watch.
Well, there's like 4 war movies that just did incredibly well at the box office and in the award shows. Let's talk about the president tonight. We know he's going to deliver the speech smoothly, but the contents of the speech is just going to cause some controversy. Personally, I cannot believe that he's introducing tax cuts to an entire Republican Congress, yet he's only got 2 years left. Why are we still in the symbolic phase of the second administration?
Well, I think because he never really cared much about working with the Republicans. I think we can count on one hand the time that Barack Obama's ever had a real, sustained, meaningful conversation with a conservative. I mean, well, does he ever really talk to conservatives? Does he meet with them? And I'm not talking for the photographers. I'm not talking about
elections have consequences.
Yeah, well, I think it was great that you guys played earlier those clips from Bill Clinton after he was shellacked. His party was shellacked in the middle of his 2 terms, and he really had to turn it around. I mean, he had to say, look, I was rebuked. My party was rebuked. I'm going to put the country first, and they did put forward a number of reforms that led to balanced budget, welfare reform, and the economy really did start humming. I think that's the kind of stuff Hillary's going to talk about, believe it or not, on the campaign trail. How to work with the other party when the other party's in control. How do you do it in a meaningful way?
Well, the other thing is,
it's
just so interesting that they're talking about capital gains. It was Bill Clinton that cut the capital gains, and now the president is saying, I'm going to put it back to Reagan levels. Clinton cut it from the Reagan levels, and the economy did very well. Maybe not directly because of that, but it certainly wasn't hurt by that.
Well, Barack Obama's a fanatic. He's obsessed with amassing more power in Washington, D.C. The more power here in this beautiful city, the better. Localities, their judgments, state judgments are always suspicious and should either be investigated or, something like that. So this is just textbook Obama. I mean, these Republicans who think they're going to sit down and hammer out a really great immigration reform deal with Obama, and it's going to be step by step, and he's really going to enforce the border, and it's going to be great. These people are living on another planet. He is a fanatic when it comes to social norms of a liberal nature. He wants to redistribute wealth and bring more power to Washington, D.C. so they can spend more on his ridiculous ideas. This is just what he is. I mean, it's not going to change, guys. Not going to change.
He's not a compromiser.
Maybe we should get a little more emphatic about ISIS and terror and the language he's choosing. Do you think, Lauren, and how should he address is what I should be saying, how should he address, especially given the latest threat of 2 Japanese hostages, ISIS now asking for $200 million or they will die. We have actually Chairman Dempsey warning that this is going to be a 30-year issue dealing with Islamic terrorism. Will the president address it? If so, how should he?
Well, I think he has to address it. But look, we have to see right now that we seem to be losing against ISIS, as far as I can tell. I mean, I was up at 3 in the morning reading these posts from Mosul and from outside Kobani. People are pleading for help and pleading for some type of Western response or world response to what is happening. There is a systematic ethnic and religious cleansing going on in the Middle East, now in Nigeria, soon to be spreading probably throughout Africa. And as far as I can tell, our strategy is every now and then send some advisors. Now we're sending 400 new advisors. Send some, Hellfire missiles down to rain on their parade. But this is not working. I think we have to talk about this.
Well,
this is not working. ISIS is on the move, and Europe is now threatened. Europe is now feeling the heat of this.
This is an opportunity, Laura. This is an opportunity.
Yeah.
Europe has not been awoken to this. They felt bad for us. They thought we overreacted to the war on terror, overreacted to Islamic extremism. Now they're leading us, which gives us an opportunity to match their passion and go in there and gut the place.
Well, I think we have to remember, Brian, that the American people have to understand. They have to be brought along to sort of what's happening here, and it can't be that it's all going to be on the back of the American taxpayers for the next 30 years. They're not going to buy that. So you're right. This has to be a global effort, and Muslims have to be part of this reformation, as the Egyptian president said.
Sure, we need to get the mainstream media interested in it because they were hot on it for a little while and then it cooled off.
Oh yeah, now moved on.
Here's a hot topic we want to talk to you about as a mother of a couple of school-age kids.
3.
Should it be illegal for you as a parent to take your kids out of school to have a vacation, not during the official holiday period?
What do you think?
Because
let me think.
A couple of states are talking about making it illegal. You might go to jail.
It could be almost half, and they could fine you per day.
Oh, well, it's like an Obamacare tax, right? You don't get Obamacare. This is like an extension. Are you sure this isn't in Obamacare?
It may be. It could be in all those pages.
And if you're not teaching your kids at home the Common Core curriculum, you're also going to be fined.
Also,
Look, it's
only
ridiculous.
rich parents who take their kids out are going to be fined in jail.
Yeah, exactly. The most at-risk children are the children who just as a regular basis are showing up late for school or who don't have the support at home to learn and to study. So this is silliness. But look, the states and localities can do what they want. As long as it's not a federal edict, I'm not going to complain.
There you go.
Okay.
All right. Joining us from the capital of the federal government, Washington, D.C. Laura, thank you very much. We'll see you back here next Tuesday.
Great to see you.